Alright, y'all. Gangsta Boo broke the oath and met a demise, and most people don't know why. Gangsta Boo got her start by performing at a school's talent show. At this talent show, her friend DJ Paul at the time would take notice to her skills. She would then start recording with 3 6 Mafia and became very popular in her neighborhood.
First of all, you came too wrong. Second of all, you blew my hat. Don't you ever be a victim of this fucking shit.
Once Gangsta Boo showed DJ Paul she was ready for the industry, they immediately started working on her album. In 1998, Gangsta Boo released her first debut album called Inquiring Minds. She would reach number 15 on the Billboard charts with her single Where Them Dollars At.
Where the dollars at? Where the dollars at? Where the dollars at? Now let me.
Gangsta Boo would then get enticed by the industry's dark side and would name herself the Devil's Daughter. In an interview with Yahoo, she would discuss having ties to the underworld and practicing the occult.
I mean, I dabbled and dabbled in witchcraft, like, cause I was young and I wanted to know what the dark side was about. I've always heard about it, and then we was in this group called 666 Mafia, so I wanted to be as dark as possible. And I bought a witchcraft book, and my mama put me out the house.
Oh, okay.
And you know, it's not that I was sitting in the circle, you know, practicing Illuminati scriptures or whatever. I was just young, man, and when you're young, you explore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was exploring, and I do like certain things about the dark side because it's mystic.
Yeah.
It's wicked. It's, you know, I like to be mysterious.
Yeah, totally. Okay. So y'all probably
The
never
dark
heard any
side.
of that from Lady.
Nah, I don't think they have.
Lady
Honestly, you're the first person that I've actually told on the interview that I got kicked out of the house because I had a witchcraft book.
Yeah, that. So was there a point, you were talking about spirituality and all that kind of stuff, so was there a point where you're like, you know what, you know, I'm cool, you know, in terms of
the dark side?
Yeah.
I mean, I you know, I'm not a Satanist or nothing. I don't worship the devil, but I am a very, I just like to explore, and I like to find out about different things, and you know, it's
Curious.
the dark side. I'm very curious.
Yeah, curious.
And I'm a godly person, man. So I'm not about that life, but I you know, it's real, and I'm one of the artists that's gonna let you know that it is real and it does exist.
Yeah, absolutely.
The dark side, it does exist. There's a good and there's an evil.
Yeah.
That's
And
I know them both.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
very revealing.
Gangsta Boo would then continue on to make her music. In 2001, Gangsta Boo released her second album titled Both Worlds 69, where she played on duality. This album would go on to reach number 8 on the R&B and hip hop chart. Although she didn't have any mainstream success on this album, it still got her some notoriety. In an interview with Drink Champs, Gangsta Boo would talk about how she tried to turn her life around. She would mention that when 3 6 Mafia won that Oscar, she was under spiritual attack.
I left the group when I was 21 years old. I was 21.
You was a baby still.
I was 21 years old. And they were my manager, my producers, my label.
They being Juicy J.
Oh, yeah.
And Paul.
Yeah, everything. You know what I'm saying? And also, you know, I was just young, dude, and I was on a spiritual journey. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I thought it was religion. You know what I'm saying? But I left the group when I was like 21 years old, like to go on a spiritual journey. You know what I'm saying? And I did a lot of retreats and stuff, read a lot of books.
What kind of retreats?
Christian retreats.
You found religion?
Huh?
You found religion?
You said what, baby?
You found religion?
Well, you know, I'm from the Bible Belt, so I was baptized when I was a youngin', you know, born Christian, you know. I found spirituality, but I just realized.
I remember this now. Now that you're saying it, it was
Gangsta Boo
people
left
were
3
talking
6
about
Mafia and
this.
went gospel. But fast forward to that, when they won an Oscar, no, I didn't take it personal. It was just that I wasn't there, and I used to be like, damn, I left like too soon. You know, they got an Oscar for It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. That's all I knew.
But what made you feel you needed to go that spiritual route? Like, what was it? Something that happened?
Yes, it's I'm chosen. I know I'm just a chosen individual. Like, I'm smart. Like I'm spiritual. Right now, you know, well, just in general, like I'm just.
Because I heard you refer to the industry as wicked. Did you feel like you needed to go into another space? He said he didn't use the word wicked, but he said it was, you know. I heard one of y'all said wicked.
Well, how about this? I feel like the world is a wicked, you know, it's good and bad. It's wicked ways. You know, I have wicked ways.
Did something drive you in that direction?
Depression.
Okay.
But I was 21, so at that time, to be honest.
Well, how can you be depressed press at the top of the world.
I mean, think about how
Gangsta Boo would mention in the article that Mr. Dell, former artist for 3 6 Mafia, introduced her to God.
Dell realized something was missing.
I mean, I loved it. But after you witness all of that, you're like, is that it? My soul felt empty, you know?
She said, I don't want to be put in that category. I'm not a gospel rapper, just a rapper who has found God. I'm cleaning up my lyrics. I don't want girls thinking they gotta ask men for money. I'm not changing my style, just different lyrics. Same flow and everything. I'm just rapping about reality now. She also mentioned in the same article that DJ Paul thought that it was just a phase. DJ Paul and Juicy J would say, they think I'm just going through a phase. They think I'll get over it and I'll be down again. Once she realized the spiritual path wasn't lucrative for her pocket, she got back down again. Gangsta Boo will return to the scene with the most demonic song ever, Meet the Devil. Gangsta Boo would then continue to make music, but it would be considered underground. In an interview with Vlad TV, Gangsta Boo would admit that 3 6 Mafia got her hooked on drugs and introduced her to the devil worshiping.
If you're saying 3 6 Mafia like turn people out to do drugs, as far as when you said drug lean, I'd be like, that's Debbie Downer. I would say if anything, it would be cocaine. But you know what? I was turned out. 3 6 Mafia turned me out.
Yeah.
This is a good clip for your.
You got turned out.
I got so many clips. Gave my nigga clip. But yeah, no. But for real though, yep.
You know,
I mean,
go to the
I don't have a neighborhood. I'm not a clubber anyway. Just I don't go to clubs in Hollywood.
Okay.
Hollywood, and I've been in LA for 8 years.
Okay.
I'm not a clubber unless I'm getting some money.
Gangsta Boo would then go on television and join the cast of Couples Therapy. She would mention her frustration with the show and how they painted her in a negative light. After going through some turmoil, Gangsta Boo laid back from the industry. In 2021, 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony went to do a verse. Gangsta Boo was also invited and attended the event as well. After doing the verses, Gangsta Boo would get another burst of energy from the industry, but her time was running short. On January 1st, 2023, Gangsta Boo was pronounced dead at the age of 43.
We begin with breaking news at 10. Beloved Memphis rapper Gangsta Boo of 3 6 Mafia has died. She was found dead at a house in Whitehaven earlier this evening.
For many, Gangsta Boo was known as the Queen of Memphis, a phrase that pays homage to her legendary rap career. Now her legacy will live on through the lives of those who loved her.
Shortly after, rapper Juicy J had mentioned that he had a conversation with Gangsta Boo before she passed, but he knew she was gonna meet her demise.
I'm wondering, did you and Gangsta Boo ever talk about, what are your thoughts on her passing?
Man, me up, man.
Yeah.
I got a text that morning from Chad. It was just like, Boo dead. I just like, it's stuck in my head, you know what I'm saying? The last time I saw Gangsta Boo was a couple of months before she passed. We talked about a lot of different things. We talked about life and my mom passing. We hugged and we talked about old times. And it, you know, I noticed something about her at the time. She was doing at the time. And she was very, very high. You know what I'm saying? I could tell when you had that face and she was sniffing and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, this is just real. It's scary, but it's real. When she walked off, something was telling me like she gonna die. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know where that came from, but I was just like looking at her like.
Let me know what y'all think. Did Gangsta Boo have to pay the price, or did the devil just come to collect? Leave your comments below.